Hi, I'm Dave Peruskevich with Behler-Young. We're doing a video today on the Aspen mitigation sensor. Aspen calls it mitigation, Bryant calls it dissipation. It's the exact same thing. First thing we need to do is mount the sensor in the Aspen coil. So we're going to open up the case, expose the coil, and now I have to locate the sensor. Now the sensor is going to attach to the bottom of the pan. So the first thing I have to do in some applications is remove this bracket. So get that bracket out of the way. Next thing, I'm going to find the sensor wire that is on my mitigation control. Sensor wire is a black wire. We're going to run it through the opening that's provided in the coil cabinet. We're going to attach it to the sensor like this. Now this is going to turn inward, and I'm going to attach it to the pan of the coil like this. Next thing, I need to create a loop so this wire doesn't draw water into the sensor. So I want to make a loop like this, and I'm going to attach it with the provided wire tie right here to maintain that loop so that any type of water is going to drain off into the pan and not into the sensor. The next thing, we need to mount the sensor or the controller itself. Now there are some status lights on here. We want to mount it somewhere where the end user can see it. I do not want to put it inside the blower compartment. I do not want to put it inside the cabinet. I want it outside someplace where it can be seen. And then I have to make my connections. Now we can make these connections anywhere in the thermostat wire, but in our demonstration I'm going to make the connections inside the blower compartment. So I'm going to take the colored wires from the mitigation sensor. I'm going to feed them into the blower compartment like this. And then I'll go inside my blower compartment and we'll make our connections. All right, so once we button the case back up, these two little red discs are provided. And these need to be placed on the cabinet where the pipes come out through the face of the cabinet. And this is just a warning that there is a A2L refrigerant involved. So the first thing the control needs is 24 volts. So I'm simply going to take my red wire and I'm going to run it down to the furnace R terminal. Then I need my brown, which is my 24 volt common, and I'm simply going to run it to the common terminal of the furnace control board. Then I need my G to turn my blower on during mitigation, so I'm going to run that to the G terminal on the furnace control board. Last but not least, I have my relay or switch itself. So I have my two white wires, which go to my dry contact. Well, what I'm going to do is go to the Y. I'm going to pull the Y going to the condensing unit off of the control board because I want to break this call to shut the compressor off. So here's going to my condensing unit. I'm going to disconnect that Y. The thermostat Y is still connected, and I'm going to put my one wire from my dissipation control onto Y. Then I'm going to take my other white wire, the other end of that switch, and I'm going to simply wire nut it to the yellow wire, which goes to the condensing unit. Okay, and there we go, we're wired. So 24 volts, red and brown, G, which is going to turn the blower on, and then the white is going to break the call and shut the condensing unit off. Again, with the Aspen control, they do not shut the furnace off. It's not required. They just shut the cooling off. In the event you need to shut the heat off, if you have electric heat or if you have a zone system, then you need to get the Aspen control with the extra relay in it. Always test this when you're done. Create a cooling call, put it in test, make sure the compressor shuts off, make sure the blower turns on. This cannot be used with the communicating equipment such as the Bryant Evolution or the Carrier Infinity. You have to use the Bryant control when you're dealing with the communicating piece of equipment. That's it. If you have any questions, as always, please feel free to reach out to the customer assurance team and we'll be happy to help. Thank you for watching.